So when you're ready to research, you just start with the research window. Up in the top right, you'll see that you've got a few choices. You can load a file from your computer if you want to work on a PDF that you've already downloaded. You can go to Google, as I have done here. You can go to Google Scholar, which is like a meta search engine for academic texts. It collates and compiles a lot of results from a number of different search engines. So I tend to use this as my first port of call when I'm doing a search for academic resources. And I will use it in collaboration with the University Library's database website as well. But I tend to go here first just to find things, just in case they're further afield. And Google Books as well. You can also search through Google Books, and it works with Google Books. The problem with Google Books is they do limit the copyright, so you're not always able to copy and paste from the book. In most cases, that's unfortunately the restriction that's in play. However, if you do find one that's open access, you can make notes with it in this system. So to start off, I'll show you with Google. And I'm going to look at, let's have a look, Dear Digital Life. Let's see what comes up. Oh look, yes, there's an app for that. Virgin Media. Let's go to the Wikipedia page, shall we? Now, of course, I wouldn't always be citing Wikipedia. We all know that. I'd be going down to the references, but this is just to show you a little bit about how I might file and keep track of some of the things that I've been reading online. So once I've got that site up, I can actually then say add a keyword, digital life, and select that keyword, and press cite. And you'll see that automatically just copies and pastes the text that I've highlighted and saves it in my files. On the info panel, there's not much information as yet. However, it might be that the first time I have to put that in, I have to put that in myself. So, digital life, and the author is just Wikipedia, and the year is 2017, date of access. There you go. And then when that's all ready, press save. Then go back to my keyword, highlight my keyword, and this time when I press cite, again it takes it over, but when it goes into the info page, look what happens. It automatically keeps relevant information in there for me. Now, don't worry about number, that's actually normally about journals, so that's actually irrelevant for this one here. The one you want is the URL and the date of access. Now, it's a quirk of this system that for some reason it hasn't taken across title and author, so generally you will want that for your records, and I would always just check, but it makes life a lot easier nevertheless. And press save. And here I can do that again on another part of this page. Highlight that, go back to my keywords and highlight some of the text, press cite, and this time it's doing it automatically, except I have to put in the title and the author again. So just double check when you're putting that information in that it's getting all across, but it's certainly a big time saver for you. And this is the other thing about it. Oh, I best save that. The other thing about it that is really handy is once you've got that information in there, now you have to choose the type of source it is, and that needs to be accurate. Sometimes it won't form the citation for you if you don't do that. But as long as you choose it and then press form citation, just press OK, that's right. It doesn't matter. It's just saying it may not have everything you normally would, but there you go. It's got your in-text citation and your full reference. So you can actually go in there if you wanted to. You can add that and you can adjust that in the document as you need. If you need to rephrase it, which you probably will a few of the times, but you've got it there, so you can paraphrase it fairly easily. So that was with Google. Let's have a look at Google Scholar now, because that's a slightly different process, because you'll be working with PDFs. Let's look at digital culture this time, shall we? Digital culture. Yes, I meant digital culture. Participation, remediation, bricolage. Considering principal components of PDF culture. That sounds great. Now, before you download the PDF, what you need to do is actually bring the BibTeX across here. It says download BibTeX first, sites once it's loaded. That's for Google Scholar. So here we go. I go in BibTeX. And you'll notice it's brought it across. I didn't even have to click in the window. It just did it automatically. To go back, I press this black back button. That will take me back to that page. And now I can actually download that PDF. Press download this little button here to get it into the system. And then press PDF. So there's a couple of buttons, but what that gets you is this. Which is all the text from that PDF broken up into pages. So now, if I wanted to copy something from page 13, now you'll notice here it says page 13 and there it says 12. So to do that, what you have to do is adjust the figures. So I would say adjust, make that page number 1, and adjust. See, that says 2 now, that says 3 now, that says 4. So that always makes sure that what's reading up here is actually matching what's reading down there. And if it doesn't, go to the start, excuse me, and press to make sure they match and just press the adjust button. I'll do that again. Say this was originally on page 2 because the reason being it counted the title page as the first page. But I've looked through here and I've noticed, oh look, these particular breakdowns don't match the page numbers. That's saying tab 5 for page 5, but really this is tab 4. So all I need to do though is go to where my page numbers are going to start, and they don't have to be page 1, it could be page 205. That's 5, and if so, I would just press page 205 and press adjust, and that would adjust all the others. Let's actually have a look at this now. If I did that, 205, 206, 207, 208, see? But instead I'm going to match it here by pressing 1, pressing adjust. And now, when I grab a bit of text from there, and I'm going to make a new keyword, I'm going to call this bricolage. And cite. Now you see here, because it's already preloaded the citation information, it's actually linked it to it already. It's got the citation, it's got the title, it's got the author's detail, it's got the journal's detail. This is because a lot of that information was already included in the BibTeX. Be careful, not every BibTeX includes all the information you need, so you will need to check this. But a lot of the time you can be lucky and it's all in there. So it's linking your quote with the citation information. Now, a funny thing, and I'm going to check this. This is a journal article and it should format it. Oh, it did. There you go. So it's formatted it correctly. Got my quote and I've got my in-text citation with the page number noted. And I've got my full reference. And I'll show you very shortly how to deal with that. Now, if I wanted to add another keyword to that quote, I can. But what I have to do is create another keyword first. Let's call this one remediation. Don't worry about that word. That just means bricolage means collage. taking disparate things, different things, and putting them together. Remediation just means different media taking aspects of media from other platforms and remediating them for their own platform. Basically, that's what it means. So now I would cite that again, and then I would go back. And cite that again. So that's the way I'm actually changing my keyword affiliations. And why that's handy is that if I want to view everything that's related to remediation, look, I'll choose another one because I realise why is that all coming up, because it's in the title. So let's just have another word, fix it. Keyword, and I'll highlight that one again, site. So you see, just whenever I click on here and highlight, I can go across and see all the quotes that are saved according to that keyword. And I've got two bricolages, so I'll delete that one. Yeah, so this is how I can start to organise my quotations and my research and see in a glance how it relates to the different keyword filing tags, basically. And then, of course, with this one, again, I've got all the information and it will form my reference as I need. And it forms it in the Harvard University of Leeds style.